Hello, it's Monica from Crafting with Quilling Lady, and I hope you have absolutely fabulous day. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to create 3 very quick, beautiful, elegant, vintage looking cards. If you like this style, I really hope you will craft along with me or create something beautiful and feel inspired. For all my projects today, I'm going to use Making Cards and Papercraft issue July and August. As you can see in the magazine, you can find lots of beautiful projects with instructions included. So if you want even more inspiration, head over to the magazine itself and check all those beautiful makes. Now I'm going to show you all the beautiful design papers from My Dearest Jane collection. It is so beautiful, and when I saw that vintage looking style, I thought I have to create elegant cards straight away. I couldn't resist, that's why I created this tutorial. I also photocopied all of those papers, but first I want to invite you to our Facebook group called RT Create, Make and Share, and I left the link in the description down below. So if you have this magazine and if you create something beautiful, please share it there. The group is amazing and you can create anything with relatively thoughtful designs and share it there. There are lots of amazing designers and card makers there, so please share all your makes. For my first project, I'm going to use craft card, and using lightweight circle cutter from Made to Surprise, I'm going to create myself a base for a card, back and front. First, you have to choose how big your circle is going to be. To be honest, I don't really have circular nesting dies that big. That's why my choice is always the circle cutter. And as you can see, I always use the cutting mat underneath because I don't want to damage my surface. And this is a big tip for you. And now I'm going to create slightly smaller circle on this beautiful design paper. To be honest, this one is my totally favorite from My Dearest Jane collection. It is so beautiful. Don't you agree? Now I'm going to create even slightly smaller circle, and this way we're going to have 2 beautiful frames on our project. However, if you don't want to use circle for your vintage looking card, you can use any nesting dies from your stash, and I do encourage you to play with different shapes. When this is ready, I'm going to use my scoring board and create a top flap on my back panel. This is the easiest way to create any shape card. As you can see, I scored it, I burnished it, and it is ready. Now it is time to assemble some of the elements together, and to do it, I'm going to use my one and only liquid glue, magic glue, because you do have time to maneuver all those elements. And I had a look at my stash and I found this ribbon, and I wonder, what do you think about this ribbon? Do you think it matches the collection? Or would you use a lace ribbon? Please let me know. Or maybe you do have your favorite ribbon. Is it satin, lace? I really want to know, so please let me know in the comments down below. As you can see, I'm using a little bit of low-tack tape on the back just to secure that ribbon before we assemble all the panels together. And to get a little bit more dimension on my card, I'm going to use double-sided foam adhesive. Yes, you can do it on vintage cards as well. And if you like this color palette so far, please let me know what is your favorite color combo in this design paper. I really want to know. And also, if you haven't seen my other video where I use beautiful, relatively thoughtful collection, Jane Austen, please check it out. The link is in the top right corner. And now, when this is ready, I'm going to use my pokey tool to peel off the backing of my double-sided foam adhesive. I find this is the easiest and the quickest way to actually do it. But if you have a better trick, let me know. It's always a good idea to add a few drops of your liquid glue, because in time, the dry adhesive dries even more. But if you use few drops of liquid glue, it will be adhered forever. And now we can actually put our front panel on the back, and it's always a good idea to open it and burnish from the inside as well. So this is ready, and now we have to decorate it. I had a look at my stash and I found those Doily cutting dies from the works. As you can see, they were on sales, so you can use any dies from your stash. And using a circle nesting die, I'm going to actually use one of those images here, and I'm going to die cut it, and that will be my focal element. What do you think about that circle so far? I really hope you like it. Now it is time to add a little bit more interest, and to do it, I'm going to use Distress Oxide ink because I really like it and I think it really adds to the whole card. And I'm going to use Walnut Stain, and all the names of the products I use in today's video you can check in the description down below if you want. Now I'm going to use some double-sided tape because I find it is the easiest way to assemble 160 GSM card to anything else, because we won't see that glue on the back. So yes, you can do it as well. And now I'm going to add a little bit more dimension using the same double-sided foam adhesive. Peel off the backing and then you can place it. And to be honest, at this point you can decide where you want your focal element. Now I'm going to use beautiful Effortless envelopes, DL envelope maker die set from Creative Craft products, and I'm going to use that banner for my sentiment. And I also die cut it from Craft Card. And for all my sentiments today, I die cut them from gold mirror card, and I actually chose sentiments in Polish because I don't really have vintage looking cards in Polish for my family and friends, so I thought, why not? There are no sentiments in My Dearest Jane collection, so I thought, let's do it. As you can see, I added some Walnut Stain Distress Oxide ink on the banner because I really wanted it to match the whole card. And if you know me, you know that I like to create 3 cards on one go, because at this time you actually create your small card collection, and I do encourage you to do the same. So this way you actually stretch all your craft supplies and you think outside the box how to use the same collection together to create your own small cards. Now when this is ready, I'm going to use beautiful card making magic dies, and I'm going to create some flowers, and I'm going to use the leaves from the Effortless envelopes, DL envelope maker die set. And yes, you can do it as well. You can mix and match all your cutting dies together. And to add a little bit more interest to all my elements, I'm going to use the same Distress Oxide ink. Yes, you probably guessed it. It is Walnut Stain. And again, if you want to check any of the products I use in today's video, the links are in the description down below. And if you use my affiliate links, that really helps my channel. And I also wanted to let you know that my goal for this year is to reach 500 subscribers on my channel. So if you still haven't hit that subscribe button, I hope today is the day, because every single subscriber is like a little dance for me. It's very precious. So please do it if you still haven't subscribed to my channel. And don't forget to like this video, give it a thumbs up, and also hit the notification bell, because I do have videos on my channel every Monday and Thursday. And I also wonder, have you seen my seashell shaped cards from last week? If you haven't, the link is in the top right corner. I use amazing collection from Relatively Thoughtful, and I have to tell you guys that every single collection from Relatively Thoughtful is not only so beautiful but so easy to work with. Now it is time to add some gold gems, because why not? You know how much I love them, and it's always a good idea to add them anywhere. I really mean it, anywhere on your project. So the first project is done, and we can move on to our second. And now I decided to use Memory Book Maker Base Creator die set from Tonic Studio. And I'm going to choose 3 of the cutting dies. The biggest will be for my base and 2 smaller for the design papers. As you can see, some of the cutting dies here don't really have the top cutout, so I'm going to show you how to fix it. When this is ready, yes, we are going to use Craft Card for our base, and I'm going to die cut it twice. So as you can see, the top is a little bit wonky because this die doesn't have the top cutout, but we are going to do it super simple. So I'm going to put them together, and using my long scissors, I'm going to cut it. Super simple, isn't it? So if you have any album cutting dies, please use them for your shape cuts. These are absolutely amazing. So have a look at your stash, look what you've got. If you don't have any nesting dies, you can also use some album cutting dies. So now it is time to put all those panels together. And again, I'm using my one and only liquid glue, magic glue, to assemble all those elements together. Now I'm going to create a flap at the back panel, again using my scoring board, score it, burnish, add a little bit of liquid glue, put it together, open it, burnish, and it will be done. When this is ready, yes, we do have to decorate our card. So I created the same banner, and you will see that on the last project as well. Now I'm going to use beautiful Regal frames from Rose Garden collection from Crafters Companion, and I'm going to die cut it from Craft Card. And as you can see, this cutting die doesn't have the middle, but we can actually use it, and I'm going to show you a trick. I chose that beautiful lady, and this time I'm actually going to draw inside of my cutting die. So I turn it over, I had a look at the light because I really wanted to place it properly using a little bit of low tack tape. I make sure that the image doesn't really move, and now we can cut it out. Yes, you can do it with your dies as well. So you can use the outside and also the insides of your projects. So this is a big tip for you. If you haven't used that, I really hope you will have a look at your beautiful cutting dies and do it. Now to add a little bit more interest and dimension, again, I'm going to use the same Distress Oxide ink, because why not? And I really think that walnut stain matches vintage look beautifully. But if you have better option or better idea for what is the best ink for vintage style, let me know in the comments down below. As you can see, now it is time to put all those elements together. Super quick, easy, and these cards literally take no time because the design papers are so easy to work with. And I do wonder if you have worked with any of the relatively thoughtful collections. Please let me know which one is your favorite, because to be honest, every single one is my favorite. I can never ever choose my favorite because I love every single one I worked with so far. And now it is time to put the sentiment on the banner, peel off the backing of double-sided foam adhesive, add a few drops of liquid glue, and our cut is nearly done. I thought, let's add those craft leaves and flowers, because why not? And now the cut is complete, few gold gems here and there, and yes, the card is done. You can write your message inside. If you want, you can also die cut the same element with white card and write your message there. However, so far I left it with craft card. For my last card, I'm going to use OctagonBox kit 6 by 6 inches from Card Making Magic, and I'm going to use those two dies to create all my panels. So again, with the biggest one, I'm going to use craft card, and then I couldn't resist. I had to use that red again, and I think it matches the orange so beautifully. That's why I decided to have those two beautiful design papers together. I really like this color combo, and I think they match that craft card beautifully, and they add so much to vintage look. And as you can see, I use exactly the same ribbon that I use on the first card. So yes, you can do it even with your small card collections. And again, I'm going to use a little bit of low tack tape just to secure that ribbon on the back so it doesn't really move when we start putting all those elements together. If you want, you can use some foam on the back. I decided to use the same double-sided foam adhesive for extra dimension and interest. And I wonder how often do you use double-sided foam adhesive on your projects? Please let me know how do you like to add them on all the panels, or maybe just sentiments or focal elements. I'm really curious, so please let me know. When this is ready, I'm going to peel off the backing as usual and start assembling all the elements together. So I thought I really like the whole collection so far, and as you saw, I used two of the small ladies on the first two cards. So I thought, if I want to create a small card collection, I have to choose one more lady just to match. So far we used that beautiful frame for the second card, and I had a look at my stash and I found cut and emboss folder, and it really gives me that vintage look, and you will see it in a minute. So now I'm creating a flap for the back panel just to make sure everything is professionally finished, and I really hope you do that as well with your scoring board. So then I found that beautiful Lyon Frame cut and emboss folder from Crafter's Companion. It is very beautiful, and to be honest, when I saw it, as you can see, it has that cut inside in a rectangular shape. So I chose one of the ladies and I actually die cut her first, and then I use craft card for the frame itself, and this way all the elements are going to match. So if you have any of the cut and emboss folders, I really hope you will have a look at your stash and use them today, because they are absolutely amazing to work with. As you can see, the frame looks very pale so far, so yes, we can add a little bit of Distress Oxide ink in Walnut Stain using ink blending tool. And if you haven't tried that technique on your embossed panels, I hope you will do it, because they add so much dimension. Now I'm going to put that lady inside of our painting frame, and I'm going to secure it again with low tack tape, because I think this is the easiest way to do it. However, if you have a better trick, please let me know. So now it is time to start assembling the whole card together, and I wanted to add a little bit more dimension on that beautiful frame, and I actually used some double-sided foam adhesive. But first it is time to add a sentiment, and you know how to do it, so I don't really have to show you again. And you always have to do a dry run first if you want to make sure that all the elements fit on your card, because every single project is different, depends what cutting dies you use or elements. So please do the dry run first before you put any glue on your elements. Now it is time to put some double-sided foam adhesive. As you can probably see, I'm not putting the double-sided foam adhesive exactly in the middle, because that is where our ribbon is, and that gives dimension as well. So I wanted to avoid it over there because I didn't want to have a bump here. Just make it sure it looks very nice and professionally finished. And again, it is time to add some gold gems, because why not? And I put them on the frame itself because I think it adds so much detail to the whole project. And I do wonder, which card is your favorite? Please let me know what is your favorite color palette in this My Dearest Jane collection from Relatively Thoughtful. Again, I want to invite you to our Facebook group called RT Create, Make and Share. Thank you so much for watching and spending that time with me. Don't forget to like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And every single Monday and Thursday I've got videos on my channel. Have a wonderful day and happy crafting!